بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. So this book that we are reading, this is called Al-Fiqh al-Muyassar. It has the chapter of Salat, Zakat, Siyam, Hajj. Because of the Ayyam of Hajj, we started the Hajj chapter. And Alhamdulillah, today we are finishing Hajj. So I realized that the brothers, they are more interested in the tafsir lesson. So inshallah, when we finish Kitabul Hajj, then we will do almost 4 days a week the tafsir. And maybe 1 day or 2 days we will continue this with Kitab al-Salat, the Masail of Salat and thing. And 1 day we will do the Arabic grammar, inshallah. So this is only one lesson remaining in the Kitab al-Hajj. So I say that this might just be forgotten forever. So I say, let me finish it so that the Hajj will be all together. We're trying to bring all the lessons of the Hajj together. Somebody going for Hajj, 10-minute, 15-minute lessons, and they can give it to them. They can study it before going to Hajj, inshallah. All the daruri, the necessary masail of Hajj are covered. So here we are talking about the animal of the sacrifice, qurbani. So the author is saying, وَكَذَا, and similarly, لا يجوز, it is not permissible, ذبح العرجاء, to slaughter a lame animal, crippled, which cannot walk. التي, the one, لا تستطيع, which cannot afford, which is not capable, المشي, to walk, إلى المذبح, to the slaughterhouse. So the madbah means the place where you do the dhabh. So it is so much handicapped, lame, that it cannot even walk. And you are pushing it and taking it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give a good looking, healthy animal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he said, لا يجوز, it's not permissible. وَأَمَّا الْعَرْجَاءُ الَّتِي, and as far, وَمِن, and أَمَّا mean as far as. Al-arja mean the lame. التي, the one, tamshi, which is walking, بثلاث قوائم, by 3 legs. وتضع الرابعة, and is putting the 4th leg, على الأرض, on the earth, لتستعين بها, to get help, assistance by it, على المشي, and walking, فإنها, so indeed this one, تجوز, it is permissible. So these masail, they are asked from the scholar. It looked like a little bit funny, there's so much detail, but no. Then the people come and they say, okay, Imam, I am here in the farmhouse, there is a cow, 3 legs are good, what do you think? So these ulama, they compiled. When, we look at the book and we find these rulings. So these are day-to-day masail, which does happen. وَكَذَا, in the same way, لَا يَجُوزُ, it is not permissible, ذَبْحُ حَيَوَانٍ, to slaughter an animal, mahzulun, which is wasted, very weak. Okay, there's hardly any muscles on it. They're called mahzul. Balagha huzaluhu, its wasting has reached to ila haddin, to such an extent. La yakunu, there is not present fi azmihi, in its bone, mukhun, any marrow. Okay, so how will you look at the alive animal and look at the marrow? It is just a way to say that the animal, when you look at it, it is so wasted, there is hardly any muscle, any fat on it. So, of course, there will be no marrow. Mukhu mean juice, marrow, bone marrow, azmihi, in its bone. So, not permissible. Wakada, in the same way, la yajudu, not permissible, ذبح, to slaughter, حيوان, an animal, مقطوع الأذن, that the ear is cut. So, okay, somebody chopped it or cut it, or because of some sickness, the ears are gone. ولا مقطوع الذنب, or if the tail, okay, it will not be looking good, that animal. So it look like you are gifting something to Allah which is not nice. Okay, so dhanab, one is dhanb. Dhanb means sin, and dhanab means tail. Okay, maqtu means cut, chopped. Wakada, in the same way, la yajuzu, not permissible, ذبح حيوان, to slaughter an animal. ذهب, has gone. أكثر أذنه, majority of the ear. Okay, what that mean? That 2/3 of the ear is chopped and 1/3 is remaining, so it's not permissible. أو ذهب, or has gone. أكثر ذنبه, majority of its tail. 2/3 of the tail is gone, only 1/3 is hanging. No good. Amma, as far as إذا بقي, when remain. ثلثا أذنه, 2/3 of its ear. وذهب ثلثها, and 1/3 has gone. فإنه يصح, so indeed it is okay. وكذا, in the same way. لا يجوز, not permissible. ذبح, to slaughter. الهتماء, an animal which has no teeth. وهي التي, and hatma is that animal. انكسرت, broken. أسنانها, its teeth. The teeth are broken, no teeth. أما, as far as إذا بقي, when remain. أكثر أسنانها, majority of its teeth. فإنها تصح, so it is okay. وكذا, in the same way. لا يجوز, not permissible. ذبح السكاء, the slaughter of that animal that the ear is missing congenitally by birth. That animal is called sakka. وهي التي, and that is that animal. لا أذن لها, it has no ear. بالخلقة, by creation. وكذا, in the same way. لا تصح الأضحية, the qurbani is not okay. بمقطوعة, that cut. رؤوس, the tips, the head. الضرع, of the breast. Something happened to it because of the infection normally, and the animal doctor cut the tips of the breast, so that is now not okay. Called مقطوعة رؤوس الضرع, tips of the breast. Okay, so this is the last subtopic in Surah Al-Hajj, so inshallah we finish it. مصرف لحوم الأضاحي وجلودها. مصرف means expenditure. How will you spend the meat of the qurbani and its skin? What will you do with the skin of the animal? Okay, masrif, it is masdar. Okay, masdar mimi, masrif. Yajuzu, it is permissible. للمضحي, for the one who is doing qurbani, that person is called مضحي. أن يأكل, to eat. من لحوم الأضحية, from the meat of the qurbani. Okay, so it is permissible for him. Why? Because there are certain slaughtering that it is not permissible. Like for example, if you do nazar means you owe on it, you take an oath that if my son get cured or if I pass the exam, I will be slaughtering an animal. You make it nazar upon you. Or you can do it without shart, just like that. So from that animal, you cannot eat from the nazar. Similarly, the penalty animal in the Hajj, that you did a violation and you slaughter an animal, you cannot. So that is why he's saying from the Eid al-Adha qurbani, it is permissible that you can eat from it. وَكَذَا, in the same way, يَجُوزُ لَهُ, it is permissible for him أَن يُطْعِمَ, to feed al-fuqara, the poor people, وَالْأَغْنِيَاءَ, and even the rich people, because it is not zakat or anything. Zakat you cannot give to the ghani, to the rich person. So this is not a charity. So you can feed your rich friends too. من لحوم الأضحية, from the meats of qurbani. Al-afdalu, it is better, it is mustahab, okay? It is not fard. Okay, أن يوزع, to distribute لحوم الأضحية, the meats of qurbani, ثلاثة أجزاء, in 3 parts. يتصدق بالثلث, he give in charity to the poor people 1/3. ويدخر, and he store. يدخر means storing. الثلث, the 1/3. لنفسه, for himself. ولعياله, for his family. ويتخذ, and he take. الثلث, the remaining 1/3. لأقربائه, for his relatives. وأصدقائه, and his friends, even if they are rich. Okay, so relatives and friends 1/3. 1/3 for your own and 1/3 for the poor people. That is mustahab if you do it. إن تصدق وإن تصدق, if he give in charity. بجميع اللحوم, the entire meat. he just give to the poor. He say, I don't eat meat. فَهُوَ أَفْضَلُ. So that is the best, the most rewarding one. وَإِنِ ادَّخَرَ, he's telling you both extremes. وَإِنِ ادَّخَرَ, if he stored جَمِيعَ اللُّحُومِ, the entire meat, لِنَفْسِهِ, for himself, وَلِعِيَالِهِ, for his family, جَاذَ, that is also permissible. He is not a sinner. إذا كانت الأضحية منذورة, when the qurban, إذا when كانت, it is الأضحية, the qurbani, منذورة, منذورة, nazar, that you owe, you took an oath that if this thing happen, I will slaughter an animal. Or you can do it without a condition, I will slaughter an animal, but you make it incumbent upon you. Okay? Today to slaughter an animal, it is mustahab. You may slaughter today an animal and you may not. But if you say, this coming Friday, or without the condition of the day, you say, it is incumbent upon me, mandatory upon me that I will be slaughtering an animal. Or you make a hajj, nazar upon you, nafal hajj, but you say this year it is fard upon me, you make it fard upon you. Okay, or a fast, tomorrow I will fast. So this is called nazar. Okay, so you might say, why will we make it if it becomes fard upon you? And you cannot skip it. It is fard like any other fard. Why will you do it? The reward increase like fard. Okay, so tomorrow if you say I will fast a nafal fast, so you will get reward how much? 1 pound, suppose. But if you say tomorrow it is nazar upon me, you make an incumbent that I will do fast. So the reward will be not 1 pound, it will be 100 pounds because it's fard now. Reward is more. But the drawback is what? It's fard upon you. You have to do it. No escape. Okay, this is called nazar. So when the qurbani is manzura, nazar qurbani, فَلَا يَحِلُّ لَهُ, it is not halal for him, al-akl, to eat minha, from it. Mutlaqan mean absolutely. بَلْ يَتَصَدَّقُ, but he will give in charity, biha, that, jami'an, the entire meat. وَيَجُوزُ لِلْمُضَحِّي, and it is permissible for the one who do sacrifice, أَن يَسْتَعْمِلَ, to utilize, جِلْدَ الْأُضْحِيَّةِ, the skin of the animal of the qurbani. He can make use of it. في مصرفه, in his own expenditure. Okay, like for example, you have the skin, the jild of a goat or a sheep, and you dry it, you put chemicals on it, and you say, I want to make a musalla from it, I want to pray. You may do that. So it is not farz upon you that you have to. وَكَذَا, in the same way, يَجُوزُ, it is permissible, lahu, for him, أَن يُهْدِيَ, to gift jildaha, its skin, ila ghaniyin, to a rich person. A rich person, his friend, he say, give me the skin of the cow, so he give it to him. But there is one precaution, and he's saying it, pay attention to it. وَلَكِنْ إِذَا بَاعَ جِلْدَهَا, but if he sold the skin of the animal, فَالْوَاجِبُ عَلَيْهِ, now it is mandatory upon him, أَن يَتَصَدَّقَ بِثَمَنِهِ, to give in charity the price. समझ गए? Okay, you can make use of the jild, of the skin by yourself. You can give it to your rich friend, no problem. Okay, but if you sold it and you want to use the money, you cannot. You have to give the price of the skin of the animal to the poor people. Okay, this is what he's saying. وَلَا يُعْتِي, and he should not give ujrata, the compensation, al-jazzara, of the butcher, min luhum al-adahi, from the meat of the qurbani. You tell him, you come and slaughter my animal, and I will give you 1 limb of the animal in compensation. Okay, you cannot do that. You should give the compensation of the jazzar, of the butcher, from your own pocket, other than the qurbani. Okay, so he should not grant the compensation of the butcher from the meat of the qurbani. وَلَا مِنْ ثَمَنِ جُلُودِهَا, and he should not sell the skin and give the price in compensation to jazzar, to butcher. He cannot do that. From the price of the skin of that also he cannot. So alhamdulillah, Kitabul Hajj and its supplementary things are all finished, right? Okay, wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.